Isn't that lovely? Probably husband and wife there reading the scriptures together at dawn here at the Sea of Galilee. Oops. Sorry, this is too zoomed in for you. Oh, there's it coming. The sun's going to come very soon. We're ahead of it today. Lots of cloud. All this beautiful light. So we should see the sun disk pretty soon. Hey, what's going on here? I thought I was going to have more intense light there, but it didn't. It didn't give. The Facebook did a little trick on me today. It was refusing to do a live, so I had to close down everything and restart. Sometimes that happens in life. Maybe that's a little bit about Lent as well. We have to close down some things, fasting, and reboot. Rebooting Lent, rebooting our soul. There's the sun. It's so gorgeous, sir. So gorgeous. It's just a gift. The givenness of life, all gift. To be alive, to have sight, to hear the birds, the waves. To be able to think, to have life. These stones don't have the ability to think, to talk. Although Jesus said the stones would shout, would cry out. It's interesting, isn't it? So we got our big bearing set with the liturgy the last 3 days, with the readings and the beginning of Lent, proclaiming a fast, and then seeing the goal of that fast, a fast that would have us accompany Jesus on his way to Calvary. A fast that's not just a fast, it's fasting, praying, and kindness, charity, goodness. So it's a very rich process for our soul. A great discipline for our persons. A path with Jesus to Holy Week. And today we're going to go more deeper into the fasting part. You're doing fine, sir. You're doing fine. You with the group here? Lovely. We're doing a little live stream every morning here.
Oh, very good.
There are people in here right now from Australia, from Hawaii, from Alaska, from South Africa, from Norway,
Wow, that's amazing.
Finland.
I'm from the United States.
Where from? We're from California.
I live in Maryland.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so my family's back at home, and I guess they just went to bed.
Yeah.
So great. We're in California.
Rancho Mirage in Del Mar.
Del Mar, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
What about you? Where in Maryland?
I live in Hagerstown. It's about an hour outside of DC.
Okay.
And
So people, let's go into the fasting here a little bit more. What are you doing for fasting in Lent?
So are you here with your family?
No, I'm here with the Salvation Army. We're having a educational course of fasting coming up. And so
What's your type of fasting?
as we tour this place.
There are very strong words today about fasting in the readings.
Yeah. So we were up with the plenum and all of that yesterday. And today.
We have the fasting
It was rainy yesterday, so it was like
that's a practice, an external practice. But Isaiah is providing strong words from God of dissatisfaction about our fasting. He says, you fast and fast and fast, but you're very tough on your employees, your laborers. There's a lot of cloud in your fasting. It's not that clear. It's not that divine. It's not that blessed. You become bitter and angry. Is that the kind of fasting I want? God is asking. And there is such light coming in those following words. In that first reading that you have the link for there. And it says,
We'll get you there, and then we'll make you change buses and drivers. I got you.
no, your fast day, on your fast day you carry out your own pursuits. So whose pursuits should we carry out on our fast day? And you drive all your labors. Your fast ends in quarreling and striking with wicked claw. Is that the kind of fasting we want? And then the words continue. Would that today you might fast so as to make your voice heard on high. That means a fasting that penetrates into the heart of God. Is this the manner of fasting I wish? That a man bow his head like a reed? Well, all our reeds now have lost their heads here because after 3 years of high water, I can't show you a reed with a head bowing. But there are probably some over there, further over, but we won't get there today. Is that kind of fasting that God wants, that a man bows his head like a reed and lie in sackcloth and ashes? This is rather the fasting I wish, releasing those bound unjustly. Are there some restrictions I place on people in my family, some attitudes of closure? I tie them up, they can't speak about certain things because I'd react in such a way. They couldn't propose doing such a thing because they know that I'm dead set against that. Setting free the oppressed, breaking every yoke, untying the thongs of the yoke. That's first of all releasing the yoke, but then breaking every yoke means I'm not going to be able to use it again. Clothing the naked when you see them. How many people are naked? They reveal their own identity, and maybe we can, their breakage, their failures, their their sadness, and we chat about it to other people. Clothing the naked, cover for the others. Like Job, was it Job? No, it wasn't Job. It was, who was it? Way back, the guy that was there with Abraham, Lot, in his drunkenness. And then two of his sons covered him in his nakedness, to cover for the others. How we expose people's brokenness to others. We chat about it, we chit-chat about it. We point fingers, because we're so perfect, we're so beautiful, we're so great. And look at this one here, so powerful. And not turning your back on your own. I'm just going to do my messaging and just going to be on my cell phone, not ready to talk to a spouse, to a kid, to a parent, to a lonely person. Turning your back on your own. That can't be a good fasting. And what does the Lord say after this? If we don't turn our back on our own, if we embrace our own, then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your wound shall quickly be healed. Your vindication shall go before you. That means all the good things you were trying to do that people didn't understand, people condemned you, they were critical of you, all that will be lifted. Your vindication shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call and the Lord will answer. You shall cry for help and he will say, here I am. So there we have together prayer and fasting and charity, all three in one wonderful cherry cake, strawberry cake, cream on it. It's all in there together.
Pie.
Say again?
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie, that's your favorite.
It is.
Yeah, very good. So we got key lime pie here. So imagine the way God responds to us when we do true fasting. True fasting. Wonderful fasting. Is this the kind of fasting I want? Well, this is what I want. Go back to those readings, guys. You don't need me to talk about them. You just need a moment of silence to listen to them, to read them. And then, you see, what fasting does, one thought that came to mind this morning, in the early hours of the morning was, what does fasting do to us? It makes us very weak very quickly. At least me, if I just don't have strength to do work if I fast much. And that's the first reaction, because we are dust. And then the fast makes us realize that we don't have great power. We can't strut around the world as the Colossus at Rhodes and dominate over others and lord over them and put thongs on them and tie them down and restrict them. To respect the beauty coming from every person. To respect God's creation in each one. What amazing gift it is to be free of that arrogance. And there we have that beautiful psalm today. A heart contrite and humbled, O God, you will not spurn. Well, two ladies came this morning by taxi from Tiberias to join us here for this little sunrise stroll and chat. And they want to go and pray also here in Duquinaltum shortly. So I just want you to say hello to them here. And they want to say hello. This is the lady with the key lime pie idea.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm from California.
And
I'm Len, and I'm from California.
And they're here with the wonderful Baptist group, but they happen to be Catholic. Nobody's perfect.
We're the only two.
So the group was here yesterday. It's a wonderful Baptist group that were here yesterday, and we had a great time. And these two ladies were happy to find out that they could come to Sunrise Stroll and Chat today and come to Mass. There's going to be an early Mass this morning, so I'm going to let you go. If you just go around here to the front of Duquinaltum, we'll get you in there. Okay, if there's a problem, let me know, okay? You're from California, right?
Yes.
God bless you. God bless California.
For 20 years.
Oh, very good. It's great to be on pilgrimage together. And then Jesus goes on and talks about fasting in the gospel. They were complaining that his disciples weren't fasting. Come on, were they not fasting? They left everything to follow Jesus. They were truly fasting. They left everything to follow him. Isn't that amazing? Of course they were fasting. But anyway, they weren't fasting according to the way the others thought they should be fasting. And Jesus covers for them. And he says the bride cannot fast when the groom is there. But the day will become when the groom will be taken away. And the groom, that's biblical language. Because God is the groom of his people. His bride is his chosen people. And Jesus makes that very concrete. And of course we'll be fasting. But hopefully we'll be fasting in a way that's pleasing to God. That's truly honoring him, honoring his people made in his image and likeness, with great humility, a contrite heart, a humble heart. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I think our time is wrapping up. And here we'll say a quick selfie here, you know, for our goodbye. Nice bit of background here. More people coming out to enjoy this moment, this splendid moment here at the Sea of Galilee. See you later, alligators.